Good evening. It is another day today, Thursday, the last day of month of May. By tomorrow is going to be 1st of June. It's another edition of Nigeria Decides 2019, a program where we focus on 2019 elections at different levels. As it is now, it has been regulated that it's going to be the presidential phase and some other one. We don't want to go into that. Now, our primary occupation or preoccupants here is to see how much we can educate the public. It is, to us, is key. We have agreed on the editorial board of this program that we should be dishing out, we should be talking of educating or the public, because it is one of this 2019 election is going to be one of the most crucial elections in the history of Nigeria. I can tell you guys, people viewing us, you will watch out, because at this time around we want people to be properly involved. Because this is the only time they can get involved. So tonight I'm going to hang out with my regular Jerry Clinton. And I have on my left hand side here, I call him Alagba because he's a little bit older than me, but we are not going to use the age to describe each other. Olabisi, Adebisi, Prince BC Olukoga. Now, as usual again, this time you need to, we cannot reach out to all of you, but those of you that are regular, please share this program with your friends and family, on your WhatsApp, do that on Instagram, do that on Facebook and Twitter and all that. So at least the more people that watch this program, the better. Again, I welcome you, Jerry, and I also welcome you, Alagwa, Adebisi, Prince. Yeah, when I say Prince, yeah. I want us to start looking at the trending matter, what is going on in the polity, and it's going to be very difficult to neglect the certain things that are current. We're looking at somebody has given his spouse X amount of money, splashed so much money on the vehicle, even though the vehicle is going to be used on the zigzag road, but we're going to come to that in a minute, yeah? But what, for me, the major thing is, I want us to look at the workers of Nigeria, which are they are the main people, you know, they're the majority, you know. So with that, let me start by saying the ongoing negotiation relating to minimum wage. They're asking for, I don't know how much they're asking for. Is it 22 or 56?
Between 22 and 58.
Yeah, but the question here is, what will you recommend to Nigerian Worker Union or Labor Union? Is it the 28 that is the difference of about another 10,000? Would that going to make a difference? Let me start with you, Jerry.
Well, see, the way I see this issue of a minimum wage and those who are actually negotiating with the government, the so-called labor leaders who are negotiating with the current government administration as to how to increase the, I think they are looking at it from a very myopic and stupid way.
How?
Okay. It goes without saying that there are certain sections of our society who don't only depend on their salaries. They have other perks, right, that they add up and, you know, it takes the money from the level it is to another level. We live in this country, okay, take for instance, I'm going to look at this country per se first, before I marry it with the one in Nigeria. When you get a salary in this country, especially when you're here in London, there's something called London waiting. That takes into consideration the state of London, the high cost of living in London in terms of housing, transport.
That will be factored in.
All is factored in, you know, vis-a-vis the trend of inflation in the country, then you are paid a certain amount of money that is known as London waiting. That is added to your salary. You have a housing benefit, you have transport, you just have all these things padded. And I think if they go in there and just said, we want to increase the...
Of 10,000 or whatever.
The minimum wage from 18. And you're looking at 22 to...
about 58 or whatever.
Now let's play devil's advocate here. I have set up a committee. The committee comes back and said, okay, you know something? We'll give them, what do you call it, a minimum salary increase, right? We'll peg it at 22. From 18 to 22 is how much? Only 4,000. And it's now look at the market woman. In the next is
well, let me quickly go to Prince. Prince, can you live on 22,000 with one wife, 2 children minimum? We're looking at a very minimal level. Can you live on 22,000, even 56,000? Let's assume 56,000 is going to be paid.
That is.
Can you live on that amount of money, doing 9 to 5, transportation and some other things? So
that's a myopic thinking. What is the difference between 18 they are paying now, and even some states have not even paid?
That's some of their workers.
If you increase it to 22, what does it mean? Just money to buy Coca-Cola or what? It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't help at all.
It has, there's no life in it. I think they have to forget about increasing. Once the market women hear that, oh, they don't want to know how much the wages of the workers has been increased, and that's their livelihood. That's where they get
pounds on the
the pounds on the gari they have been selling for, let's say, maybe 2 naira. It will go up, double whatever amount the increase in salaries.
What would you then like to suggest to people representing the workers who are negotiating on behalf of the workers? I think if you had to be one of the people negotiators, what will you bring on the table? How will you argue? What will you say? This is the best way forward. What will you say?
If I'm among the committee that are investigating and looking through the way to solve this problem, I will bring to the table that I prefer that money to be as it is, or if they want to increase it, but that should be like Jerry rightly said, that there are other benefits that should come in, which will not be known to the general public, like the rice seller, bread seller, who are waiting for that to increase their charges. Because the workers have to pay for rent. Even the landlord, when they hear gone up, they will increase the rent.
It becomes automatic again.
I think they should consider other fringe benefits that should come in for workers, like giving a percentage in addition to the regular wages, a percentage of the house rent, transportation, because he's not living, the worker is not living at the workplace. He travel from somewhere. Because the motorway driver are ready to increase the fare as well. All this has to be taken into consideration.
Yes. Now, Jerry, talking about PECs, you started using that word PECs. Is there any other segment of the society that are enjoying PECs in Nigeria that now?
Well, you see,
because I want you to let our viewers understand that what is good for, is this something good for the Ghana must be good for the...
Absolutely.
So tell us. What's,
absolutely, because I know that our so-called leaders, our senators, our governors, I have said this over and over again. How can you be living in government quarter, a government-built house, and you are still being paid a housing allowance?
Is that only in Nigeria?
In most cases, yes. It's only in Nigeria that I
Okay,
know.
well, anyway, let's confine ourselves to
I want
Nigeria.
to confine myself to Nigeria.
Yeah, go on.
And if I'm going to allocate anything, or I'm going to, face it up with anything, I probably will say anything, and probably will be in this country because I live here, so I know the way it is here. The only person who lives in the government house in this country is the Prime Minister and the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Every other person, they live in their various houses, all the other...
I mean, some of them will ride bicycle to work. Yeah, okay.
I mean, we've known, of late now, some of those who are actually in very important position, they've stopped them riding bicycles because of terrorism.
And security.
Right? But and for security reasons.
But let's go back to Nigeria. The people, let's understand that those who are enjoying excessive benefits, they are not better, they shouldn't be seen as a better Nigerian than our ordinary workers. So I want you to dwell.
I'm saying this to the Nigerians. Yeah. You cannot tell me that you are not aware that your senator has all these perks, that your chairman of the local government has all these perks. You cannot tell me that you are the man who is your representative has not got all these perks. You can't tell me that you are not aware of the fact that your commissioners are not aware, they are not getting all these perks. So how come, like they say in animal farms, how come all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others?
These are probably in the animal kingdom again. The leaders, don't forget the lead. There are two of them who are leading the other animals.
So the question,
but they eat the same food.
The question I ask is this: all these people who are so-called leaders, which I will always refer to as kleptocrats, right? Have they got two heads? Are they not Nigerians? The meat they eat, is it bred in mass? The rice they eat, is it not planted in the ground?
Are you saying they go to the same market with
the
go
to
workers?
The same market.
Okay.
So how come you are earning millions and the man is earning 18,000? And like I said, if I was sitting in the committee, there's something that is supposed to look like a win-win situation, but in the African, context, it's a win-lose situation. You want increase, Abi? An increase of 4,000. It's an increase. The minimum wage has been moved, from 18 to 22 is an increase. So you cannot afford to.
Prince, you see, we are worried about this, and this is why I'm repeating it, and I'll repeat it. This program is to liberate, to open our people's mind to understand that you are being shortchanged.
Yes.
Now, whom do you want to blame for this kind of anomalies? Anomalies in the sense that the leaders of this workers' union and the ones sitting on the round table with these guys, and as far as these guys they are concerned, they think they're dealing with people who do not understand what they mean. So who do you blame for this? Is it the government or is it the workers? I think representatives and so on.
When you go down that lane, the blame should mostly go to the labor force, the labor leaders who are agitating for this increase. Now, first of all, before I go down that way, the House or National Assembly, even the councillor, as you rightly said, the chairman, they get wardrobe allowance.
Okay.
And these are the people who want to come and consider ordinary workers to come and deliberate how much they should be taken. What is good for Goose is good for Gander as well. They were not naked before they were voted in. They get wardrobe allowance, they get visitors allowance on top of their wages. Entertainment allowance. I do also as ordinary worker. I entertain people when they come to my house. I wanted to come out from that.
They will probably ask for guru or something like that.
Well, whether it's guru is money, I'm going to pay for it. So that's why I said they should cushion that instead of increasing and making the market women getting ready to get that increase, to pounce on the ordinary workers.
Part of the flesh of,
yeah, Because my wife, as ordinary worker, and the chairman's wife, and the senator's wife, they go to the same market.
Mile 2 or Mile 12?
Any market.
Any market.
Any market you go to, we compete in the same market.
Right. All right.
So they should cushion this thing on.
Let's just 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah. You wanted to say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to buttress something that you said, right? Inasmuch as you have laid the blame at the feet of the so-called labor leaders, who are actually workers who have come out from the ranks and files of the workers. You see, now this issue of minimum wage and the shortchanging of Nigerians, right? I live firmly, right, at the doors of the populace. We are not engaging the government. We, like Tony will say, we are not holding the feet of our elected officials to the fire. We are not asking them for accountability. We are not really, like one other governor said, we are not stoning them. We are allowing them to get away with murder all the time.
Right.
And I think it's about time the people wake up and engage. Let them get involved in governance. It's supposed to be the government of the people.
As time goes on,
by the people.
As time goes on this program, I can assure our viewers, people listening to us and watching all that, we're doing it stage by stage. We're going to get to a stage of a level where there are going to be a particular topic that we want to discuss, that this is what, but you see, let me remind our viewers again that we are not speaking on behalf of any political party. I mean, as you can see, we are here in Europe anyway, so we don't even have the right to vote. Something we are going to discuss.
Which is very annoying, you know.
Yes, it's only Nigeria that, I mean, Nigeria, anyway, let me waive that. Let me waive that. We are going to come to that again.
Okay.
Now, of recent, they are being complained. And when I say complain, because of my interest in governance, I've always argued that there should be good governance, minimum good governance in any country.
Yeah.
Nigeria shouldn't be an exception.
Yeah.
Yes, even a country that is well structured, the people are still complaining that we don't, this is too much. A friend called me, and I said, I thought it's one, I mean, 2 or 3, it's almost about 6 now, calling me to say, oh, another thing happened after the splashing so many millions on someone's wife, whatever. And now they call me again and say, Otumba, isn't that time to discuss this on your program? And I say, what to discuss again? We have our topics.
We touched on
it. And he said, how do we explain that? Elitist clubs in Nigeria, the state, via the governor, they are splashing so much amount of money, asking them to renovate or to use it to expand or do whatever on these clubs. What are the benefits, Jerry? Let me say, what are the benefits of? I'm a member of the Milan Club, whatever. I'm a member of this. I'm just saying, no. If I'm one of them, you understand? Of course, I have access to all of them. When each time, because my friends, most of my friends are there. But the thing is, what benefit does Island Club brings to an average Nigerian? Because the last time I went there, there are more beggars. Hang on a minute. There are more beggars outside. And that is the truth. I mean, this can be checked. Viewers. There are more beggars than the Nigerians. There are more beggars outside than the people that are inside. So why should a state be splashing so much money, Jerry?
You see, like I said a few minutes ago, the people are not reacting to the rape, the pillage, and
that is going on.
That's going on. It is very annoying where you have a state, right? Because I grew up in Lagos, right? It's very annoying where you have a state where infrastructures are practically falling to pieces, right? If you go to the General Hospital in Marina, right, you will not take your dog there.
Wow.
That is how bad it is. I went in and it was raining and rain was coming through the roof into the wards. Now the governor of that state now stands up and then he starts doling and dishing taxpayers' money to elitist clubs. Of what benefit are these clubs to
That's the question I'm
Lagosians?
asking you.
They don't serve Lagosians.
Yeah.
They serve a group of wanton, rich, spoiled brats.
But isn't it the same thing in other states that the elitist clubs are well?
We have them all over Nigeria, but
Okay.
this time we're talking specifically about Lagos State because of
Are
the
you saying
amount
this
of
is not
money.
acceptable?
It is not acceptable anywhere in the world because these are private clubs. Look, I have it on good. He gave Island Club, or is it 100 million? Boats Club, 50 million. Polo. To play polo, you have to be really, really high up there because you have a horse, you have to feed the horse, you have to stable the horse.
Well, the people that play polo in America mostly starting from the president down to a level of excessively rich. So those who are self-made
Baba
millionaires,
Mutiu, who is in
Mushin or
Mushin.
somewhere. Now, Prince, what Jerry is saying, yeah.
Let me
You
comment
are
there.
also a Lagosian. I mean, you know.
You see, it's a slap on we Lagosians. I'm from Ikorodu in Lagos State.
Don't you have polo? Do you have polo?
What is polo? Are people there are still struggling to feed themselves?
Yes.
We have a town hall there being managed by the county partially and the
How
citizens.
many town halls do you have?
Only one. Now look at.
Is it because of the population of Ikorodu is so small?
No. Jokes apart, this is a slap on Lagosians.
Yes, it is.
The workers, taxpayers' money to renovate millionaires club. Because if you don't have million, you can't join any of these clubs.
You can't.
If you don't belong to that high class personality, you may be an Hausa man, a Igbo man. Once you are in that club, they look at your level before they scrutinize you before you come in.
There's a waiting list.
Yes, there's a waiting list. There's million. You must be a millionaire. Why are you using taxpayers' money to renovate the club? Of what benefit is that? We have schools. Some of them don't have windows.
No desk.
A lot of them.
Which state?
We have
Lagos State.
Yes,
Yes,
we
Lagos
have hospitals. They said there's free medical this thing. It's a lie. There's no drugs there. There's a lot of atrocity going on in those areas. Like Jerry rightly said, you can't take your dog where they treat dogs here, but I see dog home. It's better than hospital in Nigeria.
Yeah, hospital, for example.
Yes.
But Luth is doing what is.
Luth is not doing nothing.
Ah, okay.
You see, Luth could
is
have been
horrible.
classified to be one of the best hospitals in Nigeria.
In the world, actually.
In the world. Shh. It's a washout. But anyway, I'm not in support of it. Somebody should to refund that money.
Yes.
If he has given it out, he should refund them.
What I don't understand.
There's a lot of things that need to be taken care of.
Prince, what I don't understand is.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Legislation?
All the people there, they are millionaires. They have houses, which
Are you saying that place can be self-funded?
How has it been funding itself?
let them tax themselves if it needs renovation. Let them tax themselves. What benefit is it bringing to Lagos State?
Guys, I mean,
Nothing.
They're not speaking for the governor of Lagos State. The thinking may be looking after the big boys also, who has been very.
How many are them? How many are these big
Count
boys?
them. What's the population?
What's the population of
What's
the
the
big boys?
population of Lagos State?
Now
We are over 20
Could be
million.
another way of saying
About
thank you
22
for
million.
the
Lagos State is about 22 million. If you count all of them, to all these clubs together, they cannot be up to 500,000.
Look at where they are situated. Around the Onikwan Ajasa area.
That's why they are.
have opportunity to attend wedding. There's one wedding. There was something. Yeah, but I think most of the
I've
were
been to
wedding.
functions
and
at
I
these
was
places,
shocked.
right?
I was shocked the number of beggars, the area boys. They
Of
are
course,
concentrated
because
there,
they know that the
and they
people
look
who
like
are coming there to come and celebrate have money.
we're not being funny on this program. We're telling our viewers the truth. most of these people look like a vulture. They are just like
they are
ready to take anything.
They are.
I want to agree with you that I don't think it's really right when you look at the preset area of education, area of roads, area of some other things.
Hospitals,
yeah, but you see, I want us to look at the contributions of the rep of the people. The question is, are our representatives, are they doing enough to fight the corners of the people they represent, Prince?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I'm happy you brought out that question. First of all, has the Lagos State House of Assembly approved the use of this money?
We can check out. We can find out.
But it's been given out anyway.
If it is given out, are they part of it?
They must be part of it. They must be part of it.
But
Because
an average member of House of Rep in Lagos State is an elitist.
It's actually a member of this place.
Now, I am saying it again. I am from Lagos State. I will want all members that have hands in this. I'm asking all Lagosians to rise up and protest that this money should be refunded back to the treasury.
From the senatorial,
whatever
level they are from.
This is just wrong.
It's a slap on everybody.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Unfortunately, we will not be able to hear but we may, because I have a way of contacting even the Lagos State governor to ask Yoruba say Kilorito Daru to people, so the governor may have. Yes.
We happen to have in the world today, and the forum and platform through which we are disseminating our information, right, is open to everybody, right? Right now, if you pick up your device and tap a message to us, we will get it straight away.
Of course.
He has a public relations office. If whatever we are saying is wrong,
you can disclaim whatever.
And it goes without saying, he's probably drinking beer somewhere.
Well,
no, let me tell you.
After a day's work, I have nothing against that.
Let me make another point on this issue.
Yes, gone.
The local government here, they have allocations every year. When it is approaching April, they realize they have excess, which they have not used. They look for something to spend that money on.
They put it to good use.
They put it to good use. They can. The road leading to my estate, I've been there for about 30 years now. It's been reconstructed
and
resurfaced more than 10 times. Because they have the extra money there, which means they did not utilize all the money, because they won't get anything on top of it. They have to make good use of it. That's what they do. Or they provide area for children where they can play area. You see, in some areas now, you will see what you can use as an exercise.
Playing grounds
where you can do exercise. You don't need to go to a club. That's what they use such money for. It's an excess of their revenue.
Jerry, it maybe still can be argued that because we are developing.
That is out of Prince. We are developing. That is the more reason why every penny
counts
that you have in your hand should be put towards the development of the nation, development of the local government areas, development of the states. Not go and give it to some silly idiots who have too much money they don't even know what to do with it. This marks of
I'm not going to agree with that, because there's some people will say, I know what to do with my money. I have so much money I can afford to buy my wife.
Then why are you then when they gave you the money, when they give the money to your club, why don't you tell the governor, take your money back? We have enough money to take care of our things.
That would take us to a very area that is very prime in my heart.
Good.
Because we'll be looking at that also as time goes on. Like, what kind of people are we? Because ordinarily, I have a situation, I have a colleague of mine who had worked for a period of time in this country, and one day he was sent to do a course, a testing course or whatever, and every day there's a brown envelope with names that contains X amount of money, many years back.
Yeah.
And every time each of the workers will go, most of them will leave that envelope. They will not touch it, even though it's meant for them.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
And my friend said, when I get there, and I also genuinely, I do not need the 120 pounds. I just leave it there. You understand me? But we don't have that situation yet. Even if you are not giving the money, people will want to steal the money anyway. Now, but we need to move on.
Mental poverty.
Exactly. That we will come to that as time goes on. I want us to move to an area that is also very troubling. It troubles me. We have to talk about states. I think Lagos is, and another state is an exemption, maybe Kano, that they are not owing their workers. And they complain that they are unable to develop IGR. You are accountant, I mean, by profession.
IGR, banker.
Why IGR, internal generated revenue. Why are they having problem doing that? Unlike here, where most of the boroughs, like you said, have more than enough money. They generated, they're not printing money. So let me take you on
that brings us back to when Lagos State government, after they have done all the constitution said you can do to increase the number of your local government, whereby it was done,
and we have
according
57,
to,
I believe,
from 20 to 57.
Yes.
Now, whereby the National Assembly, up till now, said nothing about it because it was submitted for them for approval and never see the light of days. Now, Lagos State was able to wade through that period when Obasanjo withheld their fund, the budgetary contribution.
Yeah.
Because they have so many areas they can develop their internally generated. Yes. Now, that brings us back to that money being given to the clubs to develop. The local government, they are still sharing the revenue for 20 local government approved. So the remaining 37 are having a share of that revenue that comes to the 20 local government approved by the constitution. Now, that is the area. If this 225 million was given to those local LCDA to develop, to develop their area, it will be a justified spending.
So, Jerry, if you were to be part of the government or an advisor to a state governor, how will you advise him, advisor on the area of finance? How will you advise your governor how to create, how to generate internal revenue? How will you advise him? Are you in the accounting business? If you are not, you might be. I don't want you to struggle with this answer. But I want us to use a common sense,
which is not common.
You're what?
Right?
Yeah, no.
I am not in the accounting business. I keep saying it. I'm just an ordinary man. I'm not even a political.
You just want to apply common, that it shouldn't be rocket science.
It's not rocket science to generate revenue internally. See, within the confines of every state in Nigeria, right, there is money awash. Money in the sense that there are houses and homes being built, right? We tax. In this country here, they will tax each building according to the grade under which they are placed, and you will pay it, right? But take, for instance, the local chairman or the the governor of the state, right, is driving on a road at 90 miles per hour when he should be doing 50 miles per hour. How can he then put a camera there and generate revenue by finding drivers whose speed?
So you say
these are little things.
Yes, that is one. There should be more. Tell our viewers what other thing you will recommend.
Right.
Where they can make money.
What I will recommend another. What about businesses in the states? Are they paying their taxes? Because when businesses start paying their taxes, but then dovetails, are you providing the right atmosphere for those businesses to make money in your state?
Enabling environment. Is that what
Enabling environment, in a revenue-friendly environment, right? Money-making environment for them, so that you can then go back and say, look, you need to pay tax, right? The ordinary businesswoman. Right?
Okay,
Because
tax is the second one. Let's go to, I'll be with you in a minute here. What other area will you recommend? You've done one paying taxes regularly, but provided the enabling environment is in place, is created, and then you also said about getting money from fines.
Fines.
Yeah, okay. Is there any other area you think we can add? I'll be with you in a minute.
Nigeria is...
I'm talking of the states now, because they're the one crying that...
Nigeria is a very beautiful country. Tourism.
Wow, okay.
Right? Can be put in a place. Look, listen, you don't have to be on the coast to generate revenue from tourism. There are parks, there are forests, there are things you can put in place. People from abroad, with the world being a global village right now, you generate money from tourism.
Prince,
Yeah.
do you want to add more to
Yes.
the list he has, enumerated?
Yes, I have to.
Not to repeat what you said, because
no, I'm not repeating it.
So
if you look at this country, maybe about 20 years ago, or just a little bit more, you park your car anywhere. But Margaret Thatcher cut down each local government allocation and asked them to go and look for means of generating funds for themselves. This was what brought about car park you see everywhere.
Okay.
Yellow lines you see everywhere, but you have to put a yellow line on a third road, not a rural bumpy road. Now from there, the council think of getting this money. It's a revenue for the council.
Parking meters.
Yes, they put parking meter all around. They put cameras. If you park where you are not supposed to park, if you this crisscross on the road, if you stand on it when the light says stop,
There's so many. That's similar to what Jerry said.
Yes, those are the area.
I also,
now,
yeah.
furthermore, to generate fund, that you have to provide conducive environment. That is, the person selling bread, the persons traders generally, give them a comfort, and they are ready to pay for that comfort. Provide an enabling area for them, not running after vehicle on the road, endangering their life.
Yes. But in a way, though, people are very, very tough to
there's penalty.
Yes.
There's penalty.
We still comes back
that
to
is
the
it.
rule of law.
We fear law, we respect law in this country than anything. It's because the government stand on that.
Rule of law.
Rule of law.
Again and again, and a lot of people that knows what
we can't run away
We can't run away from
there's
it.
no alternative to it.
There's no alternative.
You can't. No alternative.
We want to be challenged that alternative
There's no
to
alternative
rule of law,
to
because what is happening in other clime is not magic. There's no magic in America.
No.
There's no magic in Japan or whatever.
No,
it's because
It's just
values, rule of law,
morality,
and so on and so forth. Now, and unfortunately, so that morality is not for free. People, you have to be restrained. You know, sometimes people have to be told you cannot do that.
Because you know that
and if you do that, there's what we call of sanction.
Now pay for carrier bag when you go to shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this
that one started
Which is
2016.
I would love for us to touch on so maybe subsequently in one of our programs, because I was watching this table of nations who have been using plastic and polluting the ocean. Nigeria is number 7. South Africa is number 9 or so, and South Africa is pumping 250,000 tons of one-time use plastic into the ocean.
And also, it's very, I mean, when you hear or when you listen to programs of different documentaries, many countries that are very clever have taken advantage of these tons of waste.
Yes.
Into something.
Some of them recycle them
into more
generating
lucrative,
power or money-making
generating
ventures.
Now, gentlemen, we want to go on a short break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we want to continue this discussion. Viewers, please do not go away. We'll be back right shortly.
LOC, God bless you. LOC, God bless you. LOC, God bless you. And my people out there, our mother in Christ, Reverend Mother Dr. Esther Abimbola Ajayi, is asking us to come and celebrate the Comforter. Where? United States of America, 4041 Broadway, on Saturday, the 28th of July, 2018. Don't forget, 4041 Broadway, New York, United States of America. Come, let's celebrate the Comforter.
Welcome back to the second segment of this program, Nigeria Decides 2019, a program where we insisted that we'll be teaching, disseminating information that are going to be relevant to our viewers, information they can even pass down to friends and family in Nigeria and say, look, 2019 is going to be a very important calendar in our life.
Crucial.
Very, very crucial.
Crucial.
And the election, we want this time around that now that has been established that people are voting, just voting because of bread and butter, they get 4,000 naira and get their family suffer for 4 years. So we thought on this program that we should be educating our people. And that's what we're doing. And I'm very happy to again to remind you, on my left is Prince Olukoga, and on my right is Jerry. All these are seasonal people who knows their onion, they know what they're talking about. Now, to continue where we stopped, there is a write-up where someone dissected, go very, very extensively into issues that would define the 2019 presidential race. Now, I have a cursory look at the paper, and some of the things I found out, I don't want us to start discussing personality, because like if we agree that our information is to open the eyes of the people, eventually, in fact, they might even choose the person you don't like. I mean, we don't have preference on this program. Yeah. Now, but what I find out here is there are two major areas that was mentioned here, but I don't want to use this right. I want to tap into your personal views. What do you think should be part of the parameter to be used? What do you think should be focused? And what should be used to determine who gets what in 2019? What do you think? Which area will you mention?
As for me, I will focus on the economy.
Okay. Yeah, no.
The country. Because if the economy is good, business are going the way it's supposed to go, and the government do what is right for people to make the business grow economically for everybody. That's the only area that I think it will be very popular. People don't want to know who people should put it at the back of their mind. What could determine me to vote for anybody? If you put economy as the first topic, the first thing you have to think about, then anybody you want to vote for, after making all the noise, they want to do this, they want to do that. If they cannot substantiate what they are going to do to make the economy work, just forget them.
Please, the only one minus I have in your argument is we also factor in, we need also to put into consideration the people, large majority of our people are from rural area, and those who concentrated in even the urban area, they are still not in position to do this kind of an analysis. But the only analysis they understand is at least everybody has, people have, they can afford 3 square meal, and they can also say the market is not volatile. I mean, it's not hostile to them. The bag of rice has come down. This is a simple economy for an ordinary woman at Mushi or Mile 12 or whatever. So as far as an average person is concerned, they don't study economy. They don't know all what you're doing. So I agree with you that the ordinary man will say, oh, the last 4 years, in fact, we were able to, the price of gari, olodo or beans or whatever are stable. For you, Jerry, what will be your consideration? What will you advise our viewers to look into when it is said that the forces, the argument for 2019 elections should be focused on what?
Like Prince did say, the economy is a factor, a very, very important factor, because a hungry man is an angry man. However, you know, I've always said this, and I'll keep on saying it over and over again. The territorial integrity of Nigeria is paramount.
Okay.
And that means the security of the people who live in Nigeria. Dead men don't eat, dead men don't vote. So there's come a time when the government will have to, you know, position security and the well-being of Nigerians, right, side with the economy, right? If you cannot secure your own people, if your people cannot go to bed or go to or carry out their daily duties every day, and my daughter cannot stay at home and knowing fully whether Papa is going to go and come back to me, or Mom is going to go and will not, you know, that kind of a thing. We have to put. You see, we all are aware of the fact that guns have been imported into the country on various occasions. Those that have been seized by the container loads, and the ones that are still in the country that are buried under the nefarious hands of cruel Nigerians who are bent on disrupting the nation. Right?
But before you go to, I'm sorry, if I can, just quickly let me interject you there. There is this common say, is it chicken before egg or egg before chicken? How will you place it? Will you say security first before we start talking of economy, or economy first before we? I'll give it to you.
Let's not play fast and lose with this particular egg. This thing, you know. Egg,
yeah, I just want to know, because like
I said, it has to be positioned to be parallel with each other.
Okay.
They have to move at almost the same pace.
Okay.
Right? For the people to know that, okay, I'm going to buy gari now. I'm going to come back alive and eat that eba.
So there's a combination of security and economy. Is that what you're saying?
It has to be.
Okay.
Because without it, right, you will agree with me that I have money in my pocket, but I can't go out because, and if I cannot spend the money, the economy cannot work. It cannot move on. There's a daytime economy, and there should be a nighttime economy. That's what we have here. People who go to work in the daytime, in the evening they go out. And there are people who have started working in the night. They're not, the money is now rolling. We have to have that. When you go to Lagos, you go to areas of Nigeria, by 7:30, 8 o'clock, the place is dead. There is no night economy.
Well, again, for me, security starts from Where are the dangers in our securities in Nigeria?
I think,
where are some of the...
Let me make some clarity here.
Yeah.
It is true security counts most.
Mm.
You go out and you come back, you know you are safe. But what led to that, not being able to go out and come back? As we all see, a lot of Nigerians are trying to cross the Sahara to get out of Africa, generally. What happened is, there's no work.
Mm.
What brought about no work? The economy is bad.
Okay.
Now, when a government decides that I have to provide job opportunity for my people, and they are able to get that job, then security becomes secondary. But no job, because the economy is not moving. When there is no job, factories cannot employ anybody. It means that somebody will not be able to get money to maintain himself and his family.
My take in all this, what we have been discussing, sorry, my take in all this is all topic we discussed tonight, all of them are source of creating jobs, millions.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at, if I had to be a governor of the state, I can just say, you know what, all the bookers, all the barbers, all the everything, I want them to bring IGR, talking about IGR, I thought you guys want to mention that. I could say, you know what, all the shops, all the little businesses, you know, I provide, again, like you rightly said, an enabling environment. I will not build stores without toilets, without basic facilities. So I will move people selling in front of the gutter, because that's the only way we can have numbers of people trading. So I will not ask them to bring a better past my neighbor to in the night, you know, to come and make in the night and stop and stay. Their shops is right in front of the gutters. You know, all these are the considerations. Now, also talking about the, because of time, we need to gradually now start to wind up. Because of the border, and I think security, for me, even countries where their security is well coordinated, people still infiltrate.
There's
people still
any country right now.
But you see, but we have, but in our own situation is most of our borders are what?
Porous.
Are porous. You know, it's so open. I remember many years back, about 20-something years ago, when I go to Cotonou to relax every weekend.
You just walk across.
Yeah, I mean they use opan. What's opan?
Bamboo.
Bamboo. You know, bamboo is the thing. And
that's the bridge.
while we're driving, behind us are a lot of people just walking in and out. Now, gentlemen, we need to go to the last two questions, which I want to discuss with you. So we all agree that economy, security is going to play a crucial role in the coming elections, and also it's also part of our duty to teach our people how to analyze all what you should be looking at.
Take a look around.
Yeah, you know, how much was Gary last time and how much is Gary now, and all that kind of thing. Right, we will continue doing that. We're coming to a one common discussion. It's been going on and on and on and on. Area of restructuring. I know many people have talked about, they've written extensively on it, but I think people are still not well informed enough. People are still asking me, Otumba, discussion and the restructuring is very important, is vital. What is your understanding of restructuring? I know we said this again, but we continue to say it. So
Restructuring has so many tentacles. It depends on which area you want to concentrate on.
Do you use the country to be restructured?
If it is going to be restructured, not to divide the country. When Western region started their administration as Western Nigeria,
in the 50s.
it was in the 60s.
Yeah.
It is what they generate within themselves that they use to manage and then expand, whereby other regions, that time we have only 3 regions, then out of it, one out of the 3, another one was carved out, that is Midwest. Now, that time, the first premier of Western Nigeria, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, it was, there is no disturbance from the center, not for regions not to develop. Restructuring is either you focus your attention on how you are good, unless they have to put the central government to be in the middle. And that is what you refer to as
that's like a confederation.
Confederation. It's the only solution.
Because of time, Jerry,
Yes.
what's restructuring to you?
I've always said, like, for me, restructuring is hitting the default button and going straight back to basics.
Yes, that's
Example.
Right. Take for instance, see, we all agree that if you have money and you have no dream, you will filter the money away. You see, when you have that opportunity of having money and dream for your people, right, the act of restructuring becomes pretty easy to do, because the act of restructuring is providing for the people the things that make life livable within the confines of their own country. Like you, I think you were saying something about Nigerians living in drove and
Go to Libya.
under normal circumstances. Let's not kid ourselves. I'm not supposed to be here. I wouldn't have left the shores of Nigeria, right? I was like the Trevor McDonald's of this. I was working with a radio station in Nigeria. I was as popular as Coca-Cola. So why would I want to leave? But the same thing that drove me out of the country
It's still there.
30 years ago is still now. Why don't we, formulate like the Marshall Plan that was formulated for Europe after the Second World War? Why don't we formulate a Marshall Plan for Nigeria and say, listen, between here and here, these are the things.
Who are these we? Because the Marshall
federal
Plan you're talking
government.
about, Marshall Plan you're talking about was after the Second World War.
Yeah, the federal
when America
government. Yes,
come,
the federal
So,
government.
but in our own situation, who should be
The federal government.
the federal government should spearhead?
Release
Yeah, but
money.
They should release
but you see,
autonomous
guys,
for states.
Prince and Jerry, do not forget we are operating a system where it is what the executive, the legislature say executive should do,
Yes,
that they will
that's
do.
where
Yeah.
our
Unless
mistake-
otherwise,
so that
that
is
is
from
where- that is
our
where-
mistake started. If they did not change from parliamentary state of government, we won't be in this situation.
No, I disagree with you, because prior to us changing, we were actually going through the same thing.
the same thing, which again, that's because that is every time you guys bring certain things,
Yes.
it wakes me up to say, makes me to think, talking about the people, because if we are trying the same thing the last 80 years now, and we are still on the crawling stage or level. The question is, what exactly is wrong with us? But again, that's going to be
another day.
another discussion for another day.
Confederation is the answer.
Yes, we will also. I will take that on board. Confederation. What does it mean to the people? You see, because like I said,
So why didn't we take it on board when Ojukwu said the same thing that in Aburi?
Yeah, Jerry. Again, when like I said, we will be looking extensively at that area. In fact, we will revisit the advantage and disadvantage of parliamentary compared to presidential. We will be looking at that. There will be a huge number of things, all to the benefit of our viewers to understand. We're going to give them some lectures, information. Now, finally, tonight, I want you, Jerry.
Cross swords when it comes to this particular issue. Well, cross sword in the sense that when you're talking of this particular government, are you talking of Nigeria or the government in power and what they're doing right now? Is it ameliorating the lives, or is it, that is what I want you to clarify.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll answer that. Do not forget that the way we are structured is a presidential thing. And fortunately, so the center is more in the limelight, is more seen.
Okay.
So every time anybody says government of Nigeria, in fact, they forget that there are 36 of them.
Yeah,
36
36.
governments. But
Actually, make it 37.
yes, 37. So with central government. So really and honestly, it is the central government that ordinary people will benefit from.
Okay.
It is the way we are structured. It's a presidential thing. And fortunately, so the center is more in the limelight, is more seen. So every time anybody says government of Nigeria, in fact, they forget that there are 36 of them. 36 governments. But yes, 37. So really and honestly, it is the central government that ordinary people understand. So it's only if we want to now come a little bit lower to the state level. So let's talk of the federal government as we speak.
We have come so far, but we have not even gone anywhere.
We come so far, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree.
Now, okay, in just 1 minute, because we're running up now. What do you mean, just 1 minute?
We can do better.
We can do better.
Based on the amount of money that has actually come into our coffers over the years, we could have turned Nigeria into the Dubai
Around.
of this world.
Exactly what I was about to say. Because if Nigeria has not been looted to the basis, to the grassroots, what is coming in now, if it has been used appropriately, Nigeria will not be in this situation. At the periphery of this government, things were bad. The only revenue generating aspect, that what brings money into the country, was down. And now gradually,
are you talking of the oil something?
I'm talking of the oil. It's now picking up again. It's around 80 plus now. Now, with that, we could see what is coming in and what they have done so far.
And we're
even
watching.
the World Bank
We're watching.
and IMF are even now appreciating the system being used by the economic team that was set up by
viewers. We've been on Nigeria Decides 2019, talking about the elections that is coming in Nigeria. I do appreciate, or we do appreciate, that you don't have any voting right. An area that concerns us here, an area we'll be discussing again and making sure whoever gets power next year, we will do everything possible that they give us right to vote, because
in the diaspora.
In diaspora, yeah.
Okay.
Because what happened is when you look at even other countries that cannot even match our status in terms of size, in terms of everything, they do vote for any election they have. Even local government election, people from Kenya, they still go, and Somalia, of all countries, do go to vote and so on. So we'll be coming to that again and again. Please, this program is your program. We are here burning candles for you. We want you to appreciate that any information that will enhance, that will enrich your decision-making process in the 2000-something election. And like I said last time, the beauty of this is like you also, even though you will not be voting, but you have so much power. Because the power you have here, you'll be amazed if you tell friends and family at home and say, okay, the remittances I've been giving you, Alaji, I want you to please, this time around, go and register. First instance, that's 1 month. And the second month, in order for him to call, he must show you, he must send a photocopy of the PVC. You understand me? And then when you now see the PVC, the third layer will be, you know what? I've been studying all these political parties and so on and so forth. I want you to vote according to your conscience. I'm not going to dictate to you, but please understand that I can see more what is going on in Nigeria than what is going on there. And also, I don't want you to be a victim of collecting 4,000 naira. Don't collect money. But if you understand me. So I will also be helping you. And that is how far we've gone with the people here in Europe. And I believe this also, there's a powerful connection. Yes. So again, please share this information to friends and family, to all the outlets, medias you can think of, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, your website, and so just
Facebook.
Yes, and our app is up and running. Please, it's been my pleasure again. Jerry, I want to thank you very much for coming all the time, making yourself available. And when you look at the time, I'm sure we all have other things to do, but because the concern we have our people, we cancel certain things to be here.
My pleasure, anytime.
My senior, my Alagba, Prince, Adebisi Olukoga, is a citizen of Lagos State. Somebody asked me and say, where are you from? And that was today when I went for lunch with my son.
Tell him to meet me in Lafayette.
When I went there, I was looking for an area, and he said, you look like somebody I've seen on television. Where are you from? I say, maybe. And he said, yeah, obviously, I'm a Nigerian, and I see him as a Nigerian. He now started asking me, where are you from? I say, I'm a Nigerian.
That's what
And I say,
matters.
this is also part of the thing we also probably will be discussing. Are we first a Kitian or a Nigerian, or an Awori, or we will come your way next time. I want to thank you all for listening and viewing us. It's been, again, Nigeria Decide 2019. Thank you very much for viewing. Good night.
LOC.
God bless you.
LOC.
God bless you.
LOC.
God bless you.
And my people out there, our mother in Christ, Reverend Mother Dr. Esther Abimbola Ajayi, is asking us to come and celebrate the Comforter. Where? United States of America, 4041 Broadway, on Saturday, the 28th of July, 2018. Don't forget, 4041 Broadway, New York, United States of America. Come, let's celebrate the Comforter.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries, and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.